Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you while you're here. Please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my videos do not resonate with you, please do not try to make them fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing. So let's begin healing together. I had an amazing, crazy, beautiful, and sad week. I was in North Carolina and my great uncle, passed away. My mother's uncle, my great uncle. And I took you guys on a tour of my world. I showed you where I spent my summers, most of them. I took you to the house that my mother was born in and a few of her siblings, with the exception of two, because two got to be born in a hospital. That was luxury. um, I showed you the school that my mother drove the school bus when she was a teenager, 14 years old. In North Carolina, my mother drove the school bus for the kids in the town, getting them to school. Yes, life was lifing back then. I also took you on a tour of my mother's first boyfriend's home. I took you on a tour and I showed you our outhouse that we had to use the bathroom in. And if you didn't want to use the outhouse, you would use a pot and you would throw it in the dish, which was in front of the house. So I took you guys on a wild ride of where we came from. I also took you and introduced you to my 99-year-old aunt, my great aunt, who is, like me, a root worker. I introduced you to family members who are religious versus family members who are not religious at all. I grew up on two sides of the coin. I grew up on two sides of the fence, to whereas some family members are very religious and they believe in God. And then you have another sector of family members who don't believe in religion at all. And I introduced you to two of my elders, one being 92 years old, religious, and the other one being 99, non-religious. I did that for you hoes in the back, because you like to get on my page and you like to send me inboxes of my world. And if you've never experienced it, you can't comment. And I'm not one of those people that grew up with a book that someone wrote and there's various stories that don't make sense. And there's no person in this world that can say that it absolutely makes sense, because it doesn't. And if you're one of those people who follow the Bible, you wouldn't be on my page judging, because the Bible says that you shouldn't judge. So you've already broken a sin. However, I took you on a tour of my world. I was also in Wilmington, North Carolina, which Wilmington has a tragic history. Anything that my people built around the world, people would come in and take, because others are very lazy and are still lazy today. Yes, I said that shit because I meant it. That's who I am. That's how I grew up. And that's what I grew up knowing, seeing, and believing. But I did a lot. I brought you into my world so you can understand. And then I also, hello, how are you? I allowed you to meet my great aunt, who she was able to speak on camera, which she really doesn't understand the social media and things of that nature, but she answered as many questions as I got her to. And then there were some personal things that I needed to speak to her about, because she is also a root worker, 99 years old, and she's still a root worker. She's still a reader, and her beautiful mind. And ooh-wee, she was coming with some stuff, let me tell you. But I was grateful. Then yesterday morning, we turned around, drove back to North Carolina again, spent the day, and my 92-year-old relative, I brought some food to her home, which I showed you guys. One side was my grandmother's family. The other side was my grandfather's family. So the Indian, right, that you got to see, she didn't sell herself out, 99 years old. They came around with a treaty in southern areas where there were tribal land, and they offered Indians $5 for them to change who they were, for $5 to make them black, so that if you became black, they can take your land from you, because there were treaties that indigenous land you could not take. Indigenous land, police officers couldn't even step on your land. Like in a lot of homes, police officers could step on your property, even without a search warrant, like you have to have one today. Back then, you didn't need a search warrant. You could just bust in somebody's property, accuse them of something, and guess what? There would never be a jury of your peers, ever. There would never be a jury of your peers. And trust me, my family, they have been through the mud in that area, but we still stand strong, and we are still the majority over that area that I took you to. So I hope you enjoyed the ride. I won't be doing that again. I won't be doing that again, but the beauty of what I'm seeing on social media is how a lot of people are diving into that spirituality. So I wanted to show you how my family lived in spirituality, root work, root work. And my aunt gave me a couple of spells. And I was like, ooh, 99 years old. And she was still dropping jewels on me. And I was totally grateful. Um, she said a lot of things that I'm not going to repeat, because it's not for you. We are all strangers to one another. but I did enjoy spending time with her. Um, but let us get to this Leo reading. Those of you know me, I always put the camera on the desk. I'm ill, I'm under the weather, and that's for many reasons. And that's, I had a transfer of energy. My aunt transferred energy to me and to two others, and I was totally grateful. I was not the first person that she picked, although I wanted to be. I'm not going to lie. I just knew I was going to be without the doubt. And it wasn't me, but it was like it was me because who she was able to transfer to. And then she transferred to me. And then I turned right around and she transferred to another person. And so I'm totally grateful that at 99, she saw me being faithful to be able to transfer the energy to. And how I use that is totally going to be up to me. So I've been sitting, let me tell you, for a few days trying to wrap my brain around it because once again, I am grateful. But we're going to do a Leo reading tonight. Look at me. I am under the weather. Let me show you. I am a mess. Listen, I was in North Carolina trying to be cute. It was cold as fuck in Wilmington because Wilmington is surrounded by water. So my chest was open, right? And I got sick. But on top of me being sick, anytime someone transfers energy, you have to feel the effects of it. So I have a double whammy, let me tell you. But this too shall pass very soon. I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to do Leo. The funny thing about Leo, let me just say this. A lot of people think that Leos were born on July 22nd. Then there's other people who feel like Leo's birth line starts on July 23rd. So it all depends on what time of day that you were born. Because Leo season, yes, can start on July 22nd, depending on what time you were born. So we need to clear the air on that because some people say it was July 23rd, and then others say, it was July 22nd. Let me tell you, the beauty of me is knowing that the end date for Cancer is July 22nd. So those that were born on July 22nd are what we call the Cancer Leo cusp. Some people beg to differ and they say that there's no such thing as a cusp. You better know that there is. You know, let me just say this. Whenever you meet a Leo, the one thing that you will always remember is that Leos belong to the sign of the lion. The lion is, after all, the king of the jungle. Male or female, they are the king of the jungle. And I know you're probably like, male or female? Absolutely, because there are a lot of females that go on the hunt while the males stay behind and care for the cubs. So male or female, as I said, the lion is the king of the jungle and therefore accepts to be treated. They accept and expect to be treated with respect. Now, some Leos love to be noticed with their flashy clothes. They have the best hairdos, so they think, the best outfits on, so they think, so they know. They love to be center of attention. And then you have the other Leos who are quieter and they are less showy, but they all need to find a creative and fulfilling way to express who they are. So some Leos express who they are with having the best hairstyle, male or female. Males, the sharpest and the crisp of cuts. Females, whether it's your natural hair or your weaves or wigs, whatever the case may be, you want to have the best of the best when stepping out. Clothes as well. But like I said, there are some Leos who don't want to be the center of attention. They are the quieter ones. Their element is fire. Their modality is fixed. And their planetary ruler is the sun. A lot of Leos, they love the color gold, orange. And orange comes in many types. Their gemstone is the tiger's eye. And let me tell you about the Leo. They are very generous. So if you've dated one, friends with one, or related to one, they are very generous. They are affectionate. They love to show whomever they love affection. They are very creative, and most signs are very creative. Leos are loyal. Now, you're probably like, well, the Leo that I dealt with wasn't loyal. Leos are loyal to those who are loyal to them. Let me tell you that. You know why? They're proud. They're not going to allow you to fuck them over. So, they are very proud and dignified people. They're organized as well. Now, a lot of you might say that the Leo that I've dealt with is a narcissist. And that may be true because anybody can have narcissistic qualities, energies about them. But when people use or learn a new word, they use it all the time, but in the wrong way. So, what you may call a person that's narcissistic, that may be good in their eyes. That just may be who they are. And Leo is one of those people that have those traits about them. Let's get to this reading. I hope everyone is doing well. Those of you who caught my journey and I was able to bring you into my world, to introduce you to my family, listen, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I'm not one of those people that got to be like, I got Indian in my blood. I welcomed you to it. I welcomed you to it. And I allowed you to meet my great aunt, who's 99, who's still dropping jewels, giving me free work. Free work. That's a whole nother story that we'll talk about at a later time. But I was grateful. I was grateful. And let me tell you what happened yesterday before we get to this reading. I'm sitting in her room and this lady walks in. So I'm like, you got to go. You got to get out of here. So I stood up. I walked towards the door for the lady to walk towards the door with me. So the lady, she went to go sit in my seat. And so my 99-year-old aunt, she sat up straight and she started moving her hand. So a lot of people always like, you talk with your hands. Most of the women in my family do. 99% of them do. But she still got that fire in her. And I loved it, you know? And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. My husband always says, you're so mean. You were so mean. I was like, let me introduce you to my family, because the women had to be strong, had to be tough, you know, had to be strong, had to be tough. But let us get to this reading for the sign of Leos, male or female. If this reading is for a male, I will say so. If this reading is for a female, I will say so. If I say nothing at all, understand that we all possess both masculine and also feminine energies. We all possess them. So if I say nothing, understand that you will have to decipher. Let me just say this as well. If the reading is for you, I promise it'll be for you from the beginning of the reading until the end. There is no ifs, no ands, no buts or suppose about it. If the reading is for you, it'll be for you from the rooter to the tutor, from the beginning till the end. You don't have to make it fit your circumstances at all. I dislike when a person tries to make a reading fit them because all it does is confuses you. If it's for you, I promise you it'll be for you from the beginning till the end. Let's ring this bell. All right, Leo. We're going to go straight through. No hesitation over there. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Leo. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Leo? Ooh, that fell out quickly. We have two cards. Two cards that fell out. The first card, breaking news, Leo, breaking news. Focusing on the negative will never bring you positive results. Train your mind to focus on the positive and the things that you want, not the things that you don't want. So, Leos, there's someone here that needs to focus on positive things and leave that negative shit behind you. Focusing on anything negative will never bring you positive results. So start training your mind to focus on what you desire. Anything that's positive, focus on those things only. Don't give negativity power. Don't focus on the things that you don't want. Don't give life to it. Give your energy to everything that's positive. So if you want happiness, focus on that. If you want peace, focus on that. You have to shift your mind in the direction that you wish to go. We have breaking news. Spirit says, whatever it is, let it go. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be free of worry. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve all things that serve your highest good. That actually coincides with the first card that came out, because Spirit says, don't focus on the negative, because negative things will never will you positive results. Focusing on positive things will you, W-I-L, will in positive results. So Spirit says, whatever it was or whatever it is, let it go. Whomever it is, let it go, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be free. You deserve that peace of mind that everybody desires to have at some point. This just in, Leo, this just in. Forgiveness. is the key to healing and letting go. Whomever you need to forgive, Spirit says now is the time to do so. There is no need to hold on to hurt, anger, or pain. Release it so that you can be free of it. All of these cards coincide with one another. And I was not actually going to do a reading tonight. I was actually going to sit back and to speak more about the trip that I took you guys on. But I decided not to do that at all. I decided to do a Leo reading. So, with that being said, focusing on the negative will never bring you positive results. Train your mind to focus on positive things only. So that will you in beautiful things, peace, comfort, happiness. Spirit says, whatever it is, whatever it was, whomever it was, whoever they were, let them go. Because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be free of worry. You deserve peace of mind. Plain and simple. This just in. This just in. Forgiveness is the key to healing and letting go. Forgive. Whomever it is, forgive. It doesn't mean that you need to go to whomever it was that hurt you and say, hey, I forgive you. You can forgive people from a distance. You don't have to make contact with anyone to ask for forgiveness or to look for forgiveness. But forgiveness is healing. You have to forgive from the inside. True story. I have a cousin that I hadn't seen him since he was a little boy. And his father was murdered when he was little. And he was raised by the man that murdered his father's family. And he wasn't even related to those people. His mother was dealing with my cousin, and she was dealing with another gentleman. And so when the gentleman killed my relative, she ended up being with the murderer. And when she was with the murderer was like, I don't want to look at that boy every day. So what they did was they sent him to live with the man that killed his father's family. No relationships to them at all. So, you know, the gentleman wanted to discuss with me, my cousin, about his childhood and about how he didn't understand why the family didn't come to rescue him. And I told him it wasn't as easy back in those days because I told him my mom was one when you were young. She would drive to North Carolina, come to see you, and that family would stop everybody. But this woman wouldn't stop my mother. My mother was a root worker as well. So my mother would come, she'd be like, let me see him. And she would sneak little money in his pocket. And that was that. But at the funeral, he spoke and how he stated how he didn't want to lose contact, that he wanted to be a part of the family. And I'm not going to mention his name because he's famous in his own right. He's famous in his own right. And he just sent me a message and was like he wanted to go out to eat to spend time, right? but he still has a lot of hurt because of his childhood. So, forgiveness. A lot of people have to learn how to forgive their circumstances, because when you hold on to it, it will drain you, deplete you. And everybody has a story, let me tell you. And some stories are grand, but it doesn't make it more important than the next person's story, because it's the feeling that comes from hurt. It's the feeling that comes from pain. And this guy is still in pain. And what he did when he became a young adult, because he's older now, he hired a private investigator because he actually wanted to know how his father died. And the murderer is still alive, and he was able to contact that murderer. And I said, what do you hope to gain? Because either A, you'll take your evidence and you will get him incarcerated, get him locked up, or B, you're still going to be hurt, but did you get a resolve now that you know the truth? And he was like, I know the truth. And I said, and that's all you need to know. Forgiveness is the key. Never told my cousin to forgive the man who murdered his father at all. But I told him, forgive your mother. Because the mother was the key to why my family didn't grab him. There was a living parent, and she got the say-so to say where she wanted her son to go. And she allowed her son to live with the man's family who murdered his father. Somebody sleeping in my bed. If only his father would have known that his chick was a hoe. And that's how it happens. Usually, a lot of people end up incarcerated for women or men. It's always relationship. Those are emotions. A lot of people are in jail because they couldn't control emotions. They end up doing the wrong shit. Control those emotions. And then you allow things to play how they're supposed to play out. This young man, even without his father in his life, he made it successful. But he still doesn't have his peace. And what's peace of mind is when you free yourself. You forgive you from holding on to hurt. You free you from holding on to anger. You free you from holding on to pain. And it's not easy, but it can be done. I promise you. It's not easy, but it can be done. Let's get to this Leo reading. Leo, you need to let somebody go, cut them off, and move on. You need to move on and forgive yourself from fucking with them as long as you have. Because there's a Leo who dealt with someone, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, or whether it's a significant other, but you dealt with someone for far too long, even though you really didn't want to be with them. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for staying as long as you have, because that's the key to healing, is letting go what no longer serves you. Let go and move on. Easier said than done. Excuse me. If you don't want to hear me sniffing my nose tonight, let go, move on, and turn me off. Don't even watch. I have a cold, right? Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Leo. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Oh, Leo feels guilty. Leo feels guilty of being with this person. You feel guilty. That's why you've held on, because Leo didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings. But Leo, you're hurting your own feelings. Me or you? I choose me. Me or you? I'm going to choose me every time. Me or you? I choose me. Leo, you haven't done that yet. You're choosing to hurt yourself. But as soon as you let whatever this is go, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for being loyal to the wrong person. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Leo? This is going to be a 9-card spread for the sign of Leo. Listen, I'm back on my 9-card spreads. I love my 9-card spreads. Oh, Leo, let's see. Spirit guides, wow, that came out. I said, we're going to move right past this, and those just came right on out. Oh, my goodness. It's 9 cards exactly with the bottom of the deck, making it number 10. And we're going to put that right over here. We're starting off with, you ready for this? The 5 of Cups. Leo, this is the 5 of Cups. When we receive the 5 of Cups, especially when it's your first card, oh, you're full of regrets. As I said, holding on to someone for too long. Grieving. You're miserable around this person, with this person, speaking to this person, having anything to do with this person. Even a simple hello, you don't even want to say that to this person. And it's eating you up. You're full of guilt. You're like, I have to let this person go. I just don't know how, because you don't want to hurt someone's feeling. But with you not wanting to hurt someone's feeling, you're grieving. Because you're like, I know I can do better. I know I can have better. But I just don't want to hurt this person. So that's that energy. 5 of Cups, that's how we're starting. So you could have recently broke up with someone. You're on the verge of breaking up with someone, to stop speaking to someone, but you just don't want to have anything to do with them. And the sight of them makes you sick. Uh-huh. You feel let down in the situation because you didn't know that this situation was going to be as long as it has been. And you've been isolating yourself from this person. If you haven't broken up with them, you're about to break up, because the 5 of Cups is a breakup. But it's how. You're like, how am I going to do this without hurting them? Because you don't want to hurt this person. But you're hurting you or them. You got to pick your poison. You want to live in this guilt? And do you want to grieve? Or do you want to let it go and no longer waste their time and set them free? Whether this is a relationship, a friendship, or a family member, it's time to cut them off. We have the 10 of Wands. This has been a burden for you. Every single day you're thinking about this person. You're like, I don't want to be with them. I don't want to speak to them. I don't even want to say as simple as a hello. But you feel responsible for this person. You feel very responsible. You're stressed. You burnt the fuck out. Yes. And you're on your final push, but then there's someone around you, they're like, this is a good person. And you never said that this person wasn't a good person. They're just not good for you. They may be better off with someone else. You just don't want them. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you've been trying to keep it going because there are people in your head. In my family, let me tell you what they say. If you go to one of my elders, and you say, hey, I want to break up with someone. I want to get a divorce from someone. Know what they'll say? You know what kind of dog you got, but you don't know what kind of dog you're going to get. That means simply stay and be miserable because you already know the ins and out of this person. But if you get with somebody new, you have to learn somebody all over again. So they say that's just too much work. Stay. And that's what you've been dealing with. There has been people in your ear, Leo, telling you they're not so bad. You'll be able to get over it. Keep going. But you feel burdened because this is not who you want. This is not who you want around you. This is not anyone that you even want to conversate with because simply saying hello makes you sick. We have the Ace of Cups. All right now. The Ace of Cups. New beginnings. That's what you want. You want a new love because the Ace of Cups is not only a new beginning, but it's a new person, a new romantic interest. Your emotions are all over the place because you're like, I know I can have better. I know that this person is not for me. Financially, you're well off. This is the Ace of Cups. So I'm speaking to a Leo who's financially independent. Listen, you want marriage, but you don't want it with this person. You receive offers all the time. Males or females, there's someone here who receives offers, but the offers that you have been receiving, you're not interested in. So you're not trying to move quickly with anyone. Once you are out of this situation with whomever this is completely, you just want to take a step back and relax. You don't want to rush into anything, but you do want new love. But you want to take that new situation slowly because you don't want to get caught up as you got stuck with this person. Oh, because you feel stuck, you feel trapped, and you're like, I don't want to hurt their feelings. We have the number 13. This is the death card. This is the Scorpio card, right? Oh, the death card is beautiful. You know why? Because you are going to put an end to it. You're going to put an end to the relationship, the friendship, the situationship, whatever this is, whatever you want to call it, even if it's with family, you're going to put an end to it because you are tired of it. You like, I got to let this shit go. You're changing. When a person changes, that means that they want to leave the past in the past so that they can have a new beginning. To this person, yes, it's going to feel like the greatest loss. But for you, you don't feel like walking away from this person is a loss. You feel like you lost a lot of time. There was a lot of time wasted. So you're ending that cycle. The 13 is death. You're ending the cycle. The number 13, many people, as I've said many a times, they connect the number 13 to an unlucky number, an unlucky day. I could never do that because my oldest daughter was born on Friday the 13th, let me tell you. And that number is everything happy that I could imagine. The number 13 is actually a sacred number and considered to be a very karmic number in numerology. The number is associated with the divine and is said to bring good luck and prosperity to those who embrace this number. 13 brings out change, which can often lead to a positive outlook. There can be new beginnings with this house number. However, on Friday the 13th, there is combined energy of numbers due to the 1 and 3 being root numbers. But The number of the ascended master is the number 1. This number has the ability to create new ground and may lead to new love, as we got right here with the Ace of Cups, new relationships, new friendships. The power of the number 13, meaning in numerology, will allow positive thoughts that will lead you to the next step on your right path. This number encourages you to take risks or to embrace new opportunities with open arms. So please stop assuming bad things when thinking about the number 13. People fear this number, and it's crazy. It's ridiculous. Like, they be like, 666 is the mark of the beast. It all depends on how you look at it. And it all depends on what team you play for. Every number is a positive number. And every number has a negative energy to attach with it, but you have to know how to use it, and it all depends on how you embrace it. We have temperance here. This is the number 14, temperance. She's showing up, and guess what? When temperance shows up, she's about to show out, because you will have balance, Leo. You want balance. Spirit is telling you to be patient, because there's a lot of purpose in your life. Spirit is saying, don't miss what you're supposed to have by staying with someone that you don't want to have, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's a coworker, or whether it's a significant other. Whomever this person is to you, Leo, you have to let them go. You don't want to hurt them, so you can do it graciously. Listen, self-control. When you have this conversation with this person, take accountability and be in control of what you say. It doesn't have to be a knockout, drag out fight, because let this person know, I don't want to be enemies. Temperance brings harmony. I want something new. I want someone new, right? Plain and simple. But the number 14 represents the meaning of new beginnings and positive changes. It's a special compound number made up of 2 individual numbers, the number 1 and also the number 4, each with its own unique symbolism and energy and potential meanings. The life path number 14 includes confidence. Be confident when speaking to this person. Determination. You are determined to let this person go, but you're like, how? I don't want to hurt them. You're a leader, so lead. You are very creative. So be creative with your thoughts when you speak to this person, because you don't want to hurt them at all. And you're resourceful. You have a lot of charisma and charm. That's why this person is trying to hold on. But the connection is over. Listen, you have a connection to the spiritual world and previous lives. So your primary goals are to be a teacher of the constructive use of freedom. Freedom. Teach this person freedom. You know this is not working between us. It's time for you to be free. Us holding on to each other is just wasting our time and wasting our lives. It's time to let go. We have the number 7, which is the 7 of Pentacles. Leo, this is the 7 of Pentacles. Now, investment. You're about to make an investment when it comes to this new person that you're going to meet. A lot of people, male or female, have been throwing themselves at you, and you can't see anyone right now that you want to invest in, but you will be making an investment into someone new. And that's growth. Because when you meet this person, It's going to be you and this person, and not you, this person, and everyone else, especially the people that were trying to tell you to stay in that relationship that you're not happy in. But you're going to be taking stock in this person. You want to learn about them. You want to know everything about them. And your hard work with you getting to know this person is most definitely going to pay off. That's a harvest. And your efforts are going to lead to great success, Leo. The number 7 represents fullness in life. The number 7 represents perfection. 7 is also a number of intuition, spirituality, and mysticism, spiritual enlightenment, inner wisdom, and strength. And it also means psychic abilities. So your person that you're going to meet could have psychic abilities, but you yourself, Leo, may have psychic abilities as well. Spirit wants you to strengthen them, hone in on them. So when you see this number 7, your guardian angels are letting you know that you are on the right path. You will overcome any obstacles. Your angels are very happy with you, Leo, with your choices. So continue on your present path and you will be rewarded. They're happy with you because you're not trying to hurt this person by letting them go. You want to do it the right way. But by you staying with them, you're hurting yourself. We have the 3 of Cups. Leo, the 3 of Cups, celebration. Celebration. You're going to be celebrating now, not in front of anybody, but you're going to be celebrating like, damn, I finally did it. I was finally able to let her go or let him go or whomever it is to you because you're creative. You're going to do it in a nice way, you know? Now, there is someone that's near you. They're going to want to party with you like, damn, Leo, you should have been did that. Don't even party with them because it hurts. It hurts you because you had to do it. It hurts them because they didn't want to let go. But the 3 of Cups is about you being happy. So this could be someone letting go of a friend. Maybe the two of you don't even have a title, but this is someone that you do consider a friend, but a friend with benefits. The number 3 is all about creation, manifestation, and also abundance. So angel number 3, also known as the number of harmony. In the tarot deck, the number 3 is represented by the Empress card. The Empress signifies creativity, growth, abundance, and happiness, which we have that Ace of Cups. Once again, I have to go back to it. She is also fertility and the earth goddess. So your new person could be an earth sign. She is fertility. She is the earth goddess. 3 embodies the concept of wholeness or completion, as in the beginning, middle, and end. It also represents the family, as in mother, father, child. In many cultures, Leo, the number 3 represents the cycle of life, as in birth, life, death, or life, death, and rebirth, or even past, present, and future. So the person that you're walking away from is your past, because your future earth goddess, male or female, is waiting. Is waiting. We have the number 4, which is the 4 of Pentacles. Now, holding on to something. Oh, Leo, que sera, whatever it's going to be is going to be. Holding on because you don't want to hurt their feelings. And they're holding on because you got some change. Look at that big diamond in her hand, holding it. She's holding it tight. It's like, I'm not letting Leo go. I'm not letting my money go. Leo buys me nice gifts. Oh, not the mediocre gifts. Leo don't go just buy a pair of Timberlands for somebody. Leo go buy the red bottoms. They not on TikTok trying to buy you a bag. Leo taking you to the store, the Gucci store, the Fendi, the Louis, and they buying you that real shit because they can. However, that's why they're holding on to you. You give good gifts. They're very possessive over you as well. They don't want anybody to have you, Leo, because if you end up with somebody else, that's taken away from them. All those good treats that you were given. So they're guarded right now. And this is their way of trying to control you financially. You are their security blanket. You are their security blanket. But you're beginning to see that. You're beginning to notice that. And the number 4 is related to self-expression, loyalty. Leos, you're very loyal, but your eyes are opening. Mental stability, trust, patience, organization, just as well as determination. So the number 4 is also a number that possesses great energies of the archangels. Overall, 4 is a number of focus, foundation, completion. You are completing this cycle with this person, and you just want someone that's honest. So look out for, and you will see the number in these sequences. The number 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Those numbers and those sequences hold great power. Whatever you wish for will be granted, Leo, as long as the wish isn't made to harm anyone. So make the wish with gratitude, feeling and showing an appreciation of kindness and being thankful. Now, let me tell you about this number 4. Make a wish. Anytime that I get a number 4 in a reading, I tell everyone to make a wish. It's important to do so. I would never make a wish online. I would take my time with it so that I'll know and I would have thought about what it is that I truly desire, because this is a wish. However, this number 4, not only making a wish, say thank you before you make a wish to your guardian angels, to the universe, whomever you pray to. Say thank you in advance, even before you ask for whatever it is that you desire to have, because this is all about determination. Whatever this wish is, this is what you really desire. There's a Leo that you're like, I want somebody that matches my energy. So you're going to make a wish on someone that you don't have to waste your time with. But the number 4 is very important here. 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. Listen, let me just say this. This new person, you will be satisfied. They're going to bring you a lot of happiness, because this is a wish being fulfilled. Look, right next to the number 4, that Make-A-Wish card. Here we go. This is going to be a wish that you're going to feel vindicated. You're going to be like, damn, I waited for this person for a while. I should have been let this other person go. But it's been hard for you to let go because you're not trying to hurt this person, male or female. But you are financially stable. The 9 of Cups is living in a life of luxury. This is you having success. This is you having abundance. So whatever you have, it will be multiplied. Let me tell you, the number 9, and you all know, any of you who follow me, and if you're new, let me just say this. I am not a Bible thumper. So if you Write a message and be like, God is going to get you. Oh, you going to hell. Let me tell you, you going to hell. I'm talking to you because you believe in that Bible. And that's blasphemy. For you to come up here and say repent or God is going to get you, that's not what it tells you to do in the Bible. In the Bible, it says don't judge, but you do everything opposite of. So how can you believe in something that you do everything opposite of? So I am not a Bible thumper. However, I have read the Bible many times, and according to the Bible, there are 9 fruits of the Spirit, which are specific attributes: love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. This is said to be the result of the influence of the Holy Spirit. Also, let me just say, in Christianity, it is said that Jesus died at the 9th hour. So you can find this in Matthew 27:46. Now, in Hinduism, the number 9 is the number of Brahma, the creator, and Ramadan, a time of fasting and spiritual reflection. For Muslims, is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. The number 9 shows up in our lives in a variety of ways. Pregnancy, it takes a woman 9 months to have a baby. There are 9 innings in a baseball game. It is a beautiful thing to see how the number 9 can mean so many different things to different people, cultures, whatever the case may be for you. But the 9 of cups is beautiful. Some people will get hung up and be like, I wanted the 10 of cups. Listen, there's no such thing as perfection. And 9 is more than you had, because with the last person, you lived in this 5 of cups energies, full of regrets. Every time you see this person, you're grieving. You're like, I don't want to be with this person. Oh, I can't stand the sound of their voice. I wish they would go away on their own. And they're not, because you have that Ace of Cups. You got that heavy flow of a bank account. You got that heavy flow, and they're not letting go. So you're going to have to be creative. And being creative is being honest. Look, I had fun with you. I thought that it could go somewhere, but I'm actually not interested. I don't want to invest any more of my time. I want to find someone who's equally yoked to me, somebody that matches my energy. And you're going to be honest with this person and be like, I don't love you, but I like you. And I don't want to be your enemy. You want a clean break because you would rather have all of this 9 of cups, than you having the 5 of cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we are walking away with the 5 of swords. Now, the 5 of swords, conflict. You and this person, there will be a lot of conflict, because this is you trying to walk away from this person. So, excuse me, my camera froze up on my end, but on your end, you don't see it. I got to try to get the little puzzle piece in the box, so excuse me. Listen, y'all know I wear glasses, right? All right. But there's going to be a lot of conflict when you try to walk away from this person. And you're going to try to give not so much of excuses, but you're going to give the reasons why you want to walk away. So this is going to be a lot of disagreements, because they're going to be like, I can fix that. We can make this work. And then there you go. You're going to be feeling defeated, like, dang. But you're going to hold strong, because you're like, the victory is me getting away from this person. But then you're going to have that guilty complex, like, damn, I am betraying this person. But through deceit, you are not being loyal to you. So there's no win. If you stay with this person, there's no win because you're being deceitful to yourself. If you stay somewhere where you don't want to be, if you want the victory, you have to push forward. You have to push forward and walk away and just be honest on your convictions. Say how you really feel. Say, look, this is not working. You know, sometimes when you can't get the words out, when I was young, right, when I was a teenager, they used to have on the phone when you would listen to slow jams, and girls and guys, they would break up with people, be like, I want to dedicate this song to such and such a, and they'll call the person and be like, yo, turn on the radio. And they will play a breakup song. That's the coward's way, let me just say. But people did that back in my day. They would break up through the radio. But you are a grown woman or a grown man. Just face this person and be like, look, it's over. I can't do this anymore. I am not happy. I haven't been happy for a while because with your first card being the Five of Cups, every day you spend with this person, Leo, you're full of regrets. You grieve the relationship that you're in. You're grieving it. You're like, damn, I wish it was dead. It felt like it's dead. So there's a lot of guilt here. There's a lot of guilt. And this is the kind of energy that you don't want to be in. Let me pull this deck to close the reading. But Leos, you're going to be okay. Let me tell you, there's going to be conflict walking away from this person because this person is going to call so-and-so and be like, Leo is trying to break up with me. Although you did break up with this person, although you are, and they're going to have mutual friends, family, everybody calling you, telling you, Leo, stay, give it another try. And let me tell you, that's how the elders did it in my family. I promise you. They be like, you know what kind of dog you got, but you don't know what kind of dog you going to get. And then that person would be like, you right, okay, I'll stay. Even though they don't want to. But it's not about making anybody else happy. You have to be happy, Leo. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Leo. Show me everything I need to see. Tell me everything I need to hear. Thank you. Leos, Spirit guides, how do I end this message for Leos? What do a Leo... Ooh, I dropped it on the floor. Let's find it. Oh my goodness. I don't know where it's at. Oh, here it is. Oh, I'm about to knock over my jars, right? I'm in a tight space over here. Oh my goodness, all my cards fell. We're going to take this one and we're going to keep it right there. What can I burn? Leo, burn it. Burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. You are free. As soon as you let this person go, you are free. Burn all the ugly lies. Burn the regrets, the grief, the criticism, the hurt. Because the hurt, it works both ways. Yes, that person is going to be hurt because you're walking away, but you're also hurting yourself staying. Burn those unwelcoming feelings because you no longer welcome those feelings. Remember, focusing on the negative will never bring you positive results. So train your mind to focus on the positive things that you want, not the things you don't want. You can no longer continue to waste your energy on staying somewhere where you don't want to be. It's time to let go. Today's soul action, Leo, make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter look like? Pick up your pen and you make the plans for your life instead of all these people around you telling you what to do and telling you how to feel and who to be with. It's time to let go for your happiness. How does my body want to move today? So, Leo, how does your body want to move today? When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? Today's soul action, Leo. How does your body want to move today? Listen and joyfully do it. And your body wants you to fly. Your body wants you to move forward and live the life that you truly desire to have for yourself. It's about you being free. You want to be free, and you have wanted to be free for a very long time. So it's time for you to do just that and live the life that you truly desire to have for yourself. Breaking up is never easy to do, especially when you are the one who wants to break up with that person. True story. It's never easy to do. I promise you that. Because sometimes people can't handle it. And then you got some people who are cuckoo birds and they end up wanting to hurt people. So someone said to me, I remember my ex, when I told him I was leaving, he acted like he was cool as a cucumber. Like it was all good. I told him a few years in advance. I told him a few months in advance. I told him a few weeks in advance. And then I reminded him and told him a few days in advance. And somebody recently said to me, you are a nut for even telling him at all. You should have told when you left. Because when I left is when he all of a sudden wanted to act cuckoo and started calling all of my family and was like, she's leaving. She want to do this. She want to do that. And I'm like, damn, I thought I was grown. People think they can force people to be with them. If you're not happy, either A, you're willing to try to work it out, or B, you walk away and don't work it out. Your soul knows what you want. And when you stay in situations, sometimes you hurt yourself, as we saw with you, Leo. Grief, the pain. You don't even want to say hello to this person. You don't want to be enemies, nor do you want anything to do with this person. You want to walk away free and clear. You're very creative. There are so many ways to break up, make up. And the reason why this person they're holding on is because this has been a cycle that the two of you have broken up before, have gotten back together again, have broken up before. This time, you need to cut it off in a clean way. Because with you needing something from this person, whether it be sex, whether it's this person doing something for you, that's not there. So if you're going to cut it off all the way or not at all. Because you can't say that you don't want it and then call this person in for a favor. I'm just saying because that gives them hope. There are some women and there are some men that think when you say hello that you're flirting. You know, some people are that dingy like that. You know, you could be in the store and a guy could say hi, and that a girl could be like, "Oh my God, he said hi to me. He want me." But a hello is just a hello. Same thing with men. A female, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, you saw her? She was checking me out." "No, bitch. Hi, how you doing?" That's it. It's as simple as that. But Leo, I feel like you're guilty that you play with this person. No more playing. Cut the cord. Let go. Let go. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you all nothing but love and light. And excuse me, I didn't get to read any of your messages. I wear glasses. But thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for giving me your time. And I may be back tomorrow, depending on how I feel, but I will be doing a Capricorn reading. I will be doing a Capricorn reading. But I thank you all. I send to you nothing but love and light. This video will be posted on my YouTube platform. So if you want to rewatch, check it out over there. Follow me over there. Like it, subscribe, and every once in a while when I do my lives on my YouTube channel, I'm able to interact more. The setup is a little different than TikTok, so I'm able to interact a lot more. Here, I have my husband in the background, I have my daughter in the background, and they'll let me know what you guys are saying. Sometimes I'll catch your messages myself, and oftentimes I won't, you know. Listen, I wear these glasses for real. You know, I wear these glasses for real. But I will be back. Those of you who were able to catch my lives when I was in North Carolina, welcome to my world. And you saw one of my elders, 99 years old, root worker, root worker. And she still reads like it's nobody's business. You know, she still reads like there's nobody's business. And I'm not going to say what you said. I mean, what she said, because that was personal. Just out of the blue, she started saying stuff. And I'm like, huh? And she's like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my goodness. So now I'm really like, my ears all up to her. And I'm like, well, damn. But she dropped some jewels that I will be following up with as I'm supposed to. Listen, she dropped some spells. She took me to a whole nother tier. And when the things she was saying to me, I'm like grabbing my phone, Googling it, and I'm like, oh shit. And she was like, you know what to do. And I'm like, I obey. But thank you for those who watch my where I came from. So you'll have a better understanding that when you come up on this channel and you knock what I do, understand I come from a long line of this. And we not new, we true to this. But I thank you. I thank you for your time and welcome to my world. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you nothing but love and light. Good night.